Hi, I'm Construction Gamer, and this is Celtic City on City Skylines. This is going to be episode number 49 in the series, and in this episode we're going to be taking a look at the oil refinery and having a little play around with that, make it look a little bit better. We identified one of the factories, the unique factories that I hadn't used in the oil refinery yet, so I'm going to put that in somewhere. It's quite a large building, so we're going to have to rejig the oil refinery quite a bit. In the last episode we built this northern bypass, which is actually working excuse me, quite well. I was quite surprised. Pretty much as soon as we opened it, it was starting to be used by people. It's not massively heavily used, but it's enough. We did actually, the traffic went up to 80%, so it's 79% from 74, which is a bit of an improvement. You can see here it's shaded quite, it's going green to red, which denotes it is being used. This junction is quite busy. This one obviously is going to be very busy for now, which probably isn't helping the percentage, but as you can see there's a number of motorists using the new bypass, which is good. One thing I think I want to do possibly is another bypass to bypass this, a bypass to bypass the turbine interchange and to connect straight up, so people don't have to go kind of along here and then do a 90 degree and up here, which is adding to the journey time. So I'm not quite sure how it's going to work yet, but I would like to get something which is a bit more straightforward excuse me. And then a while ago off camera I extended the southern bypass out a little bit. I've just been slowly adding to this bit by bit, so we've got a bit of a junction here and just one here, just to connect up with the South Shore village, really, just so it's got a connection. This goes to the main port and it goes to the main southern outside connection as well. And what I was thinking just then, I've already got a tunnel which comes out here to the city. I want to try and link these two up somehow and have this coming round the city and then meeting up with that one. I think that'd be quite good. I think it'd be quite useful as well. So that's something I've got in the pipeline anyway, for a future episode. But what we are doing is looking at the excuse me, looking at the oil refinery. I mean, it's not bad, but looking at it now, not 100% pleased with it. And one of the first things that I want to do is get rid of some of the industries that I've just placed in here, just to fill out some of the blank spaces, because it did, actually they have gone, but it did try and put in some like nodding donkey things, which wasn't completely happy with, so I'm going to get rid of that and some of that as well, just making sure I don't demolish too much. These offices can go as well. I'm going to plop them in manually, I think. No, don't get rid of any main buildings, that's not the aim of the game at the minute. Yeah, we don't want to be getting rid of the main buildings just yet, if at all really, but yeah, not yet. Get rid of those, see if there's any more zoned. And this just uses the standard zoned oil refinery in this area. Does it go? Yeah, I think it goes over the whole thing. Not happy with the location of that, so what I was thinking is we need to do a bit of moving around. What I'm going to do, money's not too bad, so we can afford to lose some production. Empty that. Empty these. We've got some oil stored in there, so I don't really want to lose it if I can help it, because obviously there's profit in that there oil drum. Don't know why you've disappeared. Get rid of that. Say lots of ohms. Get rid of some of this painted texture as well, which just leaves the oil texture, which isn't the best, I don't think. It just makes it look really awful, the ground, but yeah, we're going to live with that. We'll do something else with it instead, rather than just painting the ruined texture over everything. I think we can do something a little bit better. Maybe, well, not maybe, but I'm going to try and fill out the space a little bit more with actual buildings, rather than having such big spaces in between buildings. We want to strike a balance. We want it to look relatively realistic, with big, spaces in between the buildings, because refineries aren't all clumped together in one big huge clump. But at the same time, we don't want too much empty space, so we can use the tree brush for that, can't we? That's a bit quicker. So what I'm thinking straight away is, if we put in some of the standard refinery buildings that you get with the normal kind of industry zoning, or the zoned refinery buildings in this area around here, and then just going to get rid of this completely, because it just looks a bit stuck in the middle of nowhere, and generates a bit of traffic which comes onto this little roundabout, which isn't ideal. So if we bring that, right, pause the game a minute. And then we'll have some roads on right angles to each other to maximise the space. Bring that in there. Bring that up to there, and then convert that to normal road, like so. And then just unpause the game. So we'll just speed the game up a little bit, just to encourage the sale of some of this oil that we've got stored up. Yeah, considering I've told them to empty, yeah, there's 10 oil trucks. That hasn't got a connection, so that's going to have to be just dumped there for a minute, placed gently for a minute. Now what we need to do, because the main thing we're trying to achieve with this is place the petroleum refinery, which is massive, so we need a new home for that. So I'm thinking we are going to, that's got a bit of oil in it still, no, it'll have to go. Yeah, get rid of all this. Now the one thing we don't want to do is completely reduce our oil output, because we do need to be producing our own oil. Otherwise, when you start importing it, you start to lose your profitability then for the refinery overall. So we don't want to lose production, but I will replace it at some point. But yeah, I want to get this huge refinery building in. Whoa. Bit of smoothing around the edge. Get rid of the fencing. Is that still fence? Yes, it is. Go away. Don't want you anymore. Why can't I select you? Like that. And then maybe a bit of smoothing. Will it let me? No. Right, if you just move it over a little bit. Yeah, there's not enough. If you haven't got enough oil, that's not a surprise, because I've just got rid of a load. Keep that, get rid of that. Think what I want to do, because that's not going to smooth, and I'm not happy with that sat there like that, is use the concrete key that we have. Bring that over there like that. And then we're going to have to, oh no, I've put the wrong one in. I've put the actual shipping key in. That one, concrete key. Chuck that in there, and that in there. And then actually what we can do is if we just bring this out to about there like that, and then just match those up, that should be alright. Drag that out a little bit and then plonk that over the top. Increase the height to that to match. Now this is always the fun bit when you cross over the edges of the nodes, is trying to find the right node, but once it's done it looks a lot better than having just the standard curve that the game puts in when you attach keys together. So we'll do that, and then again on this side we'll have the same. I think it just looks, no, don't join, just looks a little bit better. Having the key there, it's it's quite fiddly, but the overall results are good, I would say. So get that in there and try and get one of these nodes and then match it up to that one. Alright, okay. I'm going to have to play find the node. No, not that one. Right, get out of the way. You go there. Reset the height to that. Now I think one thing the node does it just need to make sure the actual key is on the right side. Oh, it is. It's just, no, it's not. Is it? Oh, it's just. I say it's the refinery glitching through the back because the key is so close. But I'm going to live with that, and we're going to get that node and we're going to match it to that height, and then we're going to move it to there like so, and then move this back. Yeah, it's quite a large building, but it is I do like the look of that actually. It helps fill out, like I was saying, want to try and fill out some of the space, and that certainly does that. And then we just come in with the paintbrush, just paint some concrete there. Just that little bit of terrain where it's coming through. We'll have some concrete on that, I think. Concrete everywhere. Like so. And then we will have a road in here. Turn the everything but the road guides on. Chuck some stuff in here, and then go in with the oil stuff, and we'll have some of these towers. Should we turn that off, please? So a couple of them in, like that. So we've got some production on the go, and we're not just using the nodding donkeys that we have. These are production buildings, but they don't look as production-y as the nodding donkeys do, and usually you'll find that refineries don't tend to produce oil, they just tend to refine it, which is in the name. So what I was thinking is what we're going to do with this. It's almost empty now, and that is quite big. I'm going to use move it, just so move out of the way briefly. And he's going, where's it gone? And just want a road come down there like that, and then we'll actually use the actual move thing like that. Put that in there. More concrete paint. cryopreservatory. Yes, that's what everyone needs. I think it's just because we had dead people in the refinery, and that looks the most kind of industrial building that the game has, basically. Just smooth that out. No, not that big. Smooth that out, possibly. Like so. Actually, I'm going to extend that out, and what I'm trying to do is get the buildings off of the main, like this is like a main road that goes round it, and what you don't want is trucks blocking up the main road by having to turn around and do things like that. And what else have we got? Another refinery type building there, and then we'll get some of the smaller ones in as well. Like, maybe not like so. Let's see what we can do with this. Move that over a little bit.
Saddle up in the mornings with Jimmy and the Stallion. The
And
only
then,
morning show
again,
featuring
not that big.
fries and a 4-year-old quarter horse named Clover.
Yeah, just what I will do is I'll just let this bed in just briefly, and then I will check what the actual production is like, if we need any more production buildings, if we're importing any oil, because I really don't want to have to import any. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to extend this road out just to here, put in a path across there. I'm going to have to put in all the bus stops and things again. Just going to put in a path. Just yeah, I'll surround that.
Then what's the point of it all anyway?
Just check the area again, just about. I just need to extend that out a little bit. No, not that one, this one.
Considering the value of your
It's definitely not a tourist district, I'll give you that. Right. And then because this area isn't on any actual oil, I don't think, it won't spawn its own little nodding donkeys that it wants to try and do. Let's just double check that. Oil. Just push that back a little bit. Try not to cheat with the ground resources. Try not to add it if I can help it, because I would consider that a little bit cheating, but I use it to push it back or to bring it back where I've got rid of some. I don't, maybe bending the rules a little bit, but it's not completely cheating. So yeah, I think just having these just brings a bit of variety to the area, and there's still oil buildings and they will consume oil and produce products as well, which is what we want. So we have actually got rid of quite a lot, and what I'm going to do is, yeah, I haven't emptied those, but I'm just going to delete them. It is going to upset everything for a bit, but just not, now that I'm revisiting the refinery, I'm not 100% happy with it anymore. And what I'm going to do as well, while I remember, is just dezone all this, and that will just empty off as and when. So we've got that road in there. Get rid of that road. And then just bring this. Oh, is that? Yes, it is. Good. Yeah, gonna have to do all the detailing with the fencing as well again. Unfortunately, we just want to bring that out. Actually, check the size. That would help. So there. Hopefully, and then just another T-junction. And it just means that the truck's coming in, so we'll have a, what's this one? This is just a standard oil, and then I'll have a petroleum one. Petrol. One on that side, and then we'll have a couple of these. Turn that off a minute. A couple of these there. I think what I would do, more concrete painting rather than ruin texture. Possibly. Ooh. Yeah, get rid of that, and then what I'll do is I'll put some parking in just to make it look a bit more interesting than it is. Not that one. Just should fill out the space a little bit. Yeah, I think we're definitely going to be in a deficit with oil at the minute, but I will sort that out shortly. Just get rid of that concrete, get rid of all these decals as well. No point having them sat there if not serving a purpose anymore. Yeah, it's a good thing the money situation's a bit better, because this is really going to disturb the economy of the city, I think, because this is one of the big earners for the city. Yeah, get rid of them, get rid of them, get rid of it all. We're doing the whole refinery again. After me, I thought I was just going to have a little bit of a go with it and just try and improve things, but it appears to be a complete rebuild of the refinery. No, I didn't want to join that up. I just want it to be to there. Is that straight? No, why isn't it straight? So that's better. And then we will put in some of these. Turn that off. Yes, and I do have unlimited oil unlimited resources turned on, and I guess you could consider that a little bit of a cheat, but the way I look at it, you've gone to all this effort of creating a fairly decent looking oil refinery, and then 5 minutes later all your oil's run out, and I just don't think that's quite right. So I think, although probably maybe considered a bit of a cheat, I don't think it's the end of the world, and you get to keep your lovely looking refinery for a bit longer, which I think is only a good thing, because if you want to, you can go to quite a bit of effort and make the refinery look quite detailed. Yeah, no, I've just painted that whole area. Just noticed, the only thing when you paint the surface is, if you just use the standard pavements, you can't actually see where your pavements go. Just want to make sure I've got them all connected up properly before I start going in with the paintbrush. Connect that up to there. If I put that in, will that connect those up? Upgrade that road to that. Like so. Let's just take a quick look at what sort of production. We're not producing anything at the minute. Total profit minus 86. Right, so we won't look at that yet, we'll just wait for it to bed in. It will take a while because we have done quite a lot to change this whole area. No, too much concrete. Right, so what have we got here in terms of buses? The reason that road was a normal road is because I don't think the industrial roads have bus stops in them, or somewhere for the bus to pull up out the way of the main. Wow, okay. So I want this bus coming out to go into... No, don't do that. Right, I'm going to have a bus stop up here then. I didn't really want to. There's one thing I wish we would have with the game actually is waypoints. Or some other way to control where the buses go. Because I don't really want them turning round like that. That's unnecessary, isn't it? Is it? So coming along here and then onto here. Ah, that's one way, that's why. That will explain that. It's not the bus's fault this time, it's my fault. And hopefully that should fix that. Should fix that. Like so. Don't really need a bus stop there anymore, so we'll move that over here, I guess. Don't really need a bus stop there, it's a bit too close, but we will live with it. And I will use that to create a little bus pull-in. Don't really need that, or that. And again, we'll get rid of some of these oil production facilities. And we'll just do what we did on this side, just bring some roads down. Roads, those, like that, just to there, and then we'll just bring that one to there like that. Put in a bit of path, and then we'll use some of these oil derricks. Just so we've got a bit of production going on. I've got any other production buildings. I think what I'll do is I'll put in a waste oil plant. What else have we got? Little. No, that's quite big. They're quite little. Like so. So that doesn't need to be that anymore. That can just be the industrial road. So what have we got going on here now? This can be a side road, and I think we'll have a bit more oil storage. No, those ones. Turn that off again. You can never have too much storage. It's always good to have oil or anything stored, I think. So get rid of that, like so. Get rid of that. Is that still zoned? Yes it is. Get rid of the zoning. So what are you? You are a oil. No, you're petrol. You're oil. So we've got 2 petrol storage tanks. We've got plenty of oil storage. I think we've got enough. Okay. Petrol, plastics, metals. Metals? Why would you need metals to produce fuels? I don't know. So what we haven't got then in that case is petrol storage, and I'm not sure if there is a petrol tank. I know there isn't in the game, but I don't know if Ivanya's created one. I will check the workshop, I think. But what I will do for now is a bit of road. Is that going to be? Yeah, that needs to be one way. That needs to come off. Yeah, I mean that road isn't too busy, and what I'm thinking is a big warehouse then. Large warehouse. Not that big. That big? So that we'll have a big warehouse there. And we will have petrol in there, please. Hold on, what am I thinking? Fuels. Right, so unique factory products. Now I've put in warehouses before with unique factory products, and fuel is a unique factory product, but I've never had any success with them actually being used. And we'll wait a bit and see if it does actually get used, but I've never seen them really being used to store unique products, which is what the whole idea is. Get rid of that. Bring that road down a little bit. Yeah, then we'll up. No, we won't. We'll put. Yeah, just the whole refinery is getting rebuilt. Everything, every little detail, I think, wants to be redone. Now, what are you? You're a unique factory product, and you have 2% inside. That is plastics, and that goes to the household factory. Yeah, because I've got plastic products which are unique products, and then I've got a warehouse next to it, and there's just nothing in it. So I think I'll get rid of that.
Maybe that's too complicated for you. Imagine planting a money tree in the ground and watering it.
Because I'm not sure. These considering I've played 1,200 hours now, or 1,300 hours, I should know some of these things, but I'm not sure if you put in a unique factory, a unique products warehouse, if it just fills up with all unique products, or if it only fills up with the one that it's in the zone of.
The noodle masters. No matter what stage of life you're in,
so you're just doing that, and then just have change that road just to force the zone back in, and then just put a little bit more zoning in there, like so. That's quite a busy road. Oh, there's things coming in here now, so we do have unique products coming into it, which is good, I suppose. And get rid of that concrete decal there, I don't need that anymore. Get rid of the fencing, get rid of those decals. Like so. I mean, this is looking a lot more filled out, which is good. I think this area here where the pollution is going to have to be something concrete. Yeah, just concrete. Up to there. Now there is such a thing as too much concrete, because it can look a bit repetitive and monotonous and or whatever. But sometimes I think it just looks better than the polluted ground effect. Now, if I remember rightly, where have we gone? Processing policies. We should have city planning, filter industrial waste, so we do have that turned on, which is good. I think what I want is to get rid of that. And to just put in some of these, some of the standards. So we've got the NAPTA cracker, that's a sideways building, okay. Sideways building, not industrial area, okay, we can change that. Now you are, plug that in there. What else have we got? We got the petrochem, no, that's too big. And what we'll have is, what does this store? This stores something, oil. Now I'm just going to go with a standard building there. What do you store? You produce petrol, plastics. concrete. Yeah, we'll have to do a bit of something with that. We've got plenty of oil storage. I think we've got enough petroleum storage. Actually, I think what I will do, because considering we've got so many of these and they can store quite a lot, I think I'll store some of the petrol that we are producing in the larger ones. Although, no, I've just changed my mind after doing that, because I like the look. Oh no, I've demolished the wrong one. Right, petrol in that one, and then we'll have oil in that one because that's got the shell ribbon around the top of it there, which I like the look of. We've got unique factory products in there. We've got a little bit of plastic storage here. I think what I want is to I'll have a little bit of a thing like that, bring that across like that, and I think I'm going to one-way that. And then I'm going to do something. I'm going to put in a warehouse, a little warehouse. No, a little warehouse. I don't like having 90-degree turns like that. Just going to bring that in. And I'm going to tell it what it wants. You want to have plastic. Yeah, that's getting quite busy now. I don't often use this tool actually, the whatever it is, the curve road tool, but I will in this. So we've got 2, which has matched up nicely, that's good. And then just a bit more concrete in here, like so, like so. Just finish that little bit off. I'll come in with some decals I think for that little bit, and here not so much. We'll just have it, just use the single for now. We'll just have that coming in like that, and we'll use some of the gravel just bring that in there, fill that space as well. Bit of gravel there. Bring that all the way up to there, and then may as well have concrete all the way along here rather than the polluted ground, I think. So we have pretty much completely rebuilt the refinery. A bit more pleased with how it looks, I think. Has this started disappearing yet? No, it hasn't. That's going to upset the balance of things a little bit. I'm going to have to redo that. Yeah, you can all go as well. Bye. Hopefully the ground will... people are just, oh, we've got nowhere to go. Get rid of that. Oh, we've got loads of decals as well. Get rid of those. Actually, probably is a little bit easier to see once we get rid of all that painted malarkey. Yeah, don't need that anymore. What we're going to do is reduce the height of that back down, bring that into there, and then we're going to use the little substation just there. Change the direction of the pylons. Just have that square on, bring that round. And get rid of the underground underground power line thing that's going on there. Got any more? No, we haven't. So done that. Is that oil storage? No, we'll get rid of that, and we will replace that one with petrol storage, like so, and then come in with the old paintbrush, paint over all this stuff here, like that. And then we will have snow, not too much, just a little, reduce the brush size, might help. We'll have a little bit of ruined texture here, don't want it going over. Yeah, we'll have a little bit of ruined texture there. Return that to concrete. What are we going to do here? We'll have that on a... May as well paint under the bridge. You can't see it. Can't see it. It's not there. Put that back. And that, and that. Like so. So what do we got? We got fire. No, that's ambulance. So we got fire. Do we have police? Yeah, we've got a little police station there. Probably build another one of these little mini ones, I guess. There. Yeah. So hopefully that will return to nature. So we need to do something with this road. What are you bin lorries going? I need to do something with this road. Oh, nice. We've got a, because I've been talking about building a train shed for a while now, or a depot rather, and I think this space looks like it potentially lends itself to it. Now the actual assets I've had subscribed to for quite a while, and they are quite big. So yeah, that's actually looks like quite a good location for a depot, so we can build that in the future sometime. It's not necessary, it is just an aesthetic thing, and to make the rail system a bit more realistic, but yeah, that looks like a perfect location for it. Got all that in there. Is the traffic doing alright? Yeah, it's all looking fine. Actually, we can get rid of those two. That should be walking distance there. What am I doing? Get rid of that as well. We'll have the bus stop in here, and then move this one a bit further down here, just to balance it out a bit. Where are the bus stops? No, not that one. That one. Where's my bus stop? It is there. So we want that to be that, and again that to be that, and then we just want to return this to the industrial looking road, and that's all industrial road, that's all that's fine. Actually, I think after we went to all that effort with the path, we can have this as that, I think, just to speed vehicles up as they make the transition between the dock area, which isn't really used that much, to be honest, which isn't great considering we went to all the effort of building it. But what's up with you? You don't have any petrol. Why? Petrol, yeah, we have. What are the other things we got here going on? Plastics. So we are producing quite a bit of petrol, to be honest. Not enough buyers for products, and you're saying not enough petrol. That's not right, is it? not enough buyers for products. We've got loads of petrol storage as well. I've definitely yeah, that's my fault again, isn't it? Because you didn't tell me that I didn't change the direction of that. Look at all those now. Oh, we've got all this product we want to sell quick. Get it out. Sorted. That should please everyone now. If I make sure I haven't made any more mistakes with one-way roads, shall we, while I'm here? All fine, all fine. Wow, we spent a lot of... I didn't keep an eye on the money. I wasn't watching it. We've spent about £1 million. Never mind. Hopefully we'll make that back up once this starts kicking in and going, wow, look at all this money this huge factory is making for us. Value of product 8,000. Considering the size of the building, not a huge amount, is it? Workplace production rate 8,000. It is what it is, I guess. I would have thought that would have made loads of money. Just a bit of concrete there. But alas, actually saying that, it probably didn't have enough petrol. It was consuming all the petrol. Metals as well is a bit on the low side. Right, so we've got the motorway here, trucks coming down, they come through this here. I think what I want is we'll just have a little warehouse, just a small one there, and we're going to have metals in that, which just to make sure that that doesn't run out. I mean, we are producing enough. I think, you know, we are producing metals around the place. I don't think this refinery down here is producing any metals, is it? Yes, it is. It's got one ore grinding mill to produce metals. What's that? Producing glass. If we go into the money situation, we go into industries.
We care about three things. Tree things, nature things.
Where does
and
it
the
tell you
third
if
thing,
you're
bird things. The homes of native birds are being destroyed at an
policies?
That's why our goal is to give a birdhouse.
Oh, so we're not actually importing anything.
Humans stopped living in trees ages ago. It's time we invited.
What about this? Does this tell me if we're importing?
Do your part and text Dirty Birdie to 3030.
I don't know.
A bird bath to 30
Pretty sure there's a
You can
thing
even
where
be
it tells
part
you
of
if
the
you're
process,
importing
you can
metals
be
or
with
not,
us. The Forest
or
Foundation.
importing products.
The
Budget.
Brontosaurus.
No,
For millennia,
taxes.
These gentle
That just
and
says
graceful
what
giants roamed the earth,
we're doing.
grazing off the lush vegetation of
Expenses
the
are
tide.
£39,000
Their
on
existence transformed the landscape
warehouses,
and
which
made a
means we are
lasting
importing
impact
something
on
because
our
we're having to
world.
buy in stuff.
That legacy, that dino oil, is proud to continue.
Still making a
by
profit though,
using
so
their
I will.
eons old dead
Oh, income
oil
now. We're
to
exporting
fuel
now.
your
All right,
five-wheel
just ignore
wagon,
me.
making it the oldest form of recycling there is. Dino
Oh yeah, we've got a
oil.
bit of.
Embrace the
Put that
power
texture back in there a bit
bones.
and around the edge of that. Make that look a little bit better. Excuse me. Yeah,
In this
get rid of
age
that
rapid
and
progress
that.
and expansion, it's not uncommon to feel like you're being left behind. How can you know if your net worth matches up to the standards? set
Make that
by
look a little
society?
bit better. Hopefully we will
Personally,
start to bring some
I like to
metals
go
into
for
that,
retail therapy when I'm
just so
feeling
we're
down.
not
It
running
doesn't
out of
matter who you
metals
are as a
for
person.
the
You can always demonstrate your worth
for whatever that is, the petrol refinery. You've got plastics, you're now happy, you've got plastics, you're producing unique products, everyone is happy, traffic is flowing, you haven't had your bins collected in a while, never mind. Yeah, we're all going to leave that, and then what I need to do is come in, replace all the fences that I've deleted, do a little bit of detailing here and there, and then that is the refinery done again, and hopefully that should be a bit of a money earner. We're not losing any money, we're not losing huge volumes of money, huge amounts of money. So what is that? That's police station, and he's kind of glitched into the side. We'll move that into there a little bit. Do like these little police stations. They're just handy for areas like this where it otherwise wouldn't warrant a full-size police station, although I have put a full-size police station in there. But never mind. What I was saying is I'm going to finish off this with a little bit of detailing. I think I'm going to record the cinematics in the dark at night time, because the refinery tends to look really good in the dark, and we've got this tourist area as well, which will look quite good illuminated at night. So I think we're done with the refinery for now. We've got the huge building in, which was the aim of this anyway. So I'm going to leave it there for today, and I'm going to say until next time, bye bye.